With Fast and Furious 10, also known as Fast X, the penultimate part of one of the most successful movie series of all time, will be released in theaters next year. In today's video, we will be discussing the potential plot, the already huge cast, and the ongoing production. This video will give you a complete update on all the latest news, so enjoy our new original. Before talking about a possible storyline for Fast X, we should take a closer look at its immediate predecessor, Fast and Furious 9. Thus, there is of course a risk of spoilers here. The movie starts with a flashback to the life of Dom Toretto and his brother Jacob, who is unknown to us until then. After a tragic accident of their father in his race car, Dom accuses his brother of having deliberately manipulated the father's car. The latter, though, insists that he has not done anything that was not previously agreed upon with their father. Jacob eventually has to leave town after losing a car race, and away from Don and his sister Mia, he develops into a skilled thief, killer, and of course, driver. Many years later, Dom and his crew encounter the long-disappeared Jacob while on a rescue mission. He promptly grabs a device recovered from a plane wreck and flees. This device turns out to be Project Ares, consisting of two parts and a matching key that can be used to shut down online communications worldwide. Dom eventually pursues a lead to Great Britain, where Jacob is supposed to be staying. Taking a detour to London, Dom, Ramsay, Roman, and Tej finally track him down in Scotland's capital, Edinburgh. There, using technical know-how, he also succeeds in taking the second part of Project Ares. However, he's caught trying to escape and is held captive in Mr. Nobody's hideout. As it turns out, Jacob was entrusted by Mr. Nobody to secure Project Ares after the events of the Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift. While attempting to recover it, the two scientists who developed the device both died, and it becomes apparent that their daughter Elle is the missing key to Project Ares. Jacob's mercenaries seem to have only been waiting for this moment as they storm the hideout and free Elle and her boss. While Roman and Tej are supposed to destroy a crucial satellite in space, another encounter between Dom's crew and Jacob reveals that the latter's partner Otto is actually working for the cyber-terrorist Cypher. Eventually, Jacob decides to side with his brother, and with some luck, Tej and Roman succeed in destroying the satellite before the upload of Project Ares is completed. In the end, there is a happy ending after all, and Jacob is able to escape with the help of Dom and his car. Besides, during the credits, you can see Han, who was presumed dead. It's not that easy to make guesses regarding the plot of Fast and Furious 10 after all. There's neither official information about the story nor a first trailer. The interesting aspect of the film series, however, is that just about anything is possible. As we saw in the ninth part, not even outer space is left out as an action-packed setting. So, how does the Fast and Furious team plan to go the extra mile? Maybe they don't even have to, as the focus has always been on the family, like Dom never ceases to point out. It is therefore quite possible that they will slowly but surely hand over the reins to the next generation in parts 10 and 11. At least Mia actress Jordana Brewster has already suggested something similar in the past. We also know from an Instagram video of Vin Diesel from May 30th that they want to return to the roots of the franchise. Diesel and his colleague Tyrese Gibson can be seen standing in the fabled garage of the first part. But does this really mean that we will see more petty crime car racing and less Mission Impossible-like action again? In fact, it's doubtful. After all, a return to the roots could simply mean the Toretto family's roots, which recently gained another family member in the form of Grandma Toretto. Taking distance from the over-the-top action in the final stages does not sound like Fast and Furious at all. Another important story aspect is, of course, the villains that show up. It is considered likely that Charlize Theron's Cypher will once again serve as the antagonist. Particularly after her elaborate plan failed again, the terrorist will surely have a bone to pick with Dom and his crew. Apart from Cypher, we firmly anticipate the return of Deckard Shaw from Fast and Furious 7, since his comeback was already hinted at in the mid-credit scene of the last part. This is where Jason Momoa could also come into play, because the still unknown character of the 42-year-old is supposed to be an extremely extravagant and eye-catching villain, according to his own statement. Due to the huge popularity of the Aquaman star, he will no doubt end up being the ultimate bad guy. If you look at the previous movies, the villains actually became nastier, more cunning, and increasingly dangerous. Momoa being the leader of the pack is therefore the only logical conclusion, although he certainly will not be the only one to take on Dom and his friends. Next, we would like to give you a brief overview of the gigantic cast. We know for sure that Vin Diesel will be back as Dom Toretto, Michelle Rodriguez as his wife Letty, Ludacris as Tej Parker, Tyrese Gibson as Roman, Jordana Brewster's Dom's sister Mia Toretto, and Nathalie Emmanuel as Ramsey. Other cast members include Sung Kang as Han Lu, Scott Eastwood as Little Nobody, Michael Rooker as Buddy, Cardi B as Lisa, and Charlize Theron as Cypher. Also recently announced was the signing of 90-year-old Hollywood legend Rita Moreno as Granny Toretto. In still unknown roles, there are Jason Momoa as well as the Suicide Squad star Daniela Melchior, Captain Marvel actress Brie Larson, and Reacher actor Alan Ritchson. There's already talk of Brie Larson in particular, as the 32-year-old is rumored to be taking on the role of the missing sister of Brian O'Connor, who was played by Paul Walker up until his death. Either way, it is considered likely that Walker will be given a proper tribute. Perhaps the most controversial character, meanwhile, is Dwayne Johnson's Luke Hobbs. At the end of last year, Vin Diesel desperately tried to convince Johnson via Instagram to come back in order for him to fulfill his destiny. Diesel also dragged his children into it, as well as the late Paul Walker, which Johnson did not appreciate at all. The latter confirmed in an interview with CNN that he considered Diesel's attempt to be highly manipulative, and there will be zero chances of him returning to the film series. Although Vin Diesel has tried everything to persuade Johnson, it seems that the conflict between the two rather stubborn actors was still too profound. Nevertheless, we can certainly look forward to more Luke Hobbs content in the future, since the spin-off Hobbs & Shaw is not a part of the main series and many people are expecting a further spin-off in the future. According to media reports, the most recent addition is US comedian Pete Davidson. So far, so good. However, he drew attention in 2015 by making a crude joke about Paul Walker's accidental death. Behind the scenes, this is now causing resentment, as many of the actors involved first expect a public apology before working with a 28-year-old. However, there may also have been some sort of internal deal, as Davidson is not exactly known for justifying his jokes, which is a tricky subject for a comedian anyway. Filming of Fast and Furious 10 began last April, starting in London. The production is taking place back-to-back, by the way, which means that the last part, Fast and Furious 11, is being shot at the same time. Soon after filming began, director Justin Lin quit, reportedly due to differences regarding the creative side of things. Many speculate that Vin Diesel might have got something to do with it. It is widely known that Diesel wants to have a say in almost everything and that he's not easily willing to compromise. As one knows from insider sources, Vin Diesel regularly causes head-shaking on the set. For instance, he is reported to often not know his lines, be physically out of shape, and show up late. Justin Lin, moreover, has certainly not given up the high-paying director's job, which certainly pays in the 8-digit range for no valid reason. Regardless, the franchise legend is at least still involved as a producer. The process of finding a new director proved to be extremely difficult, and it is estimated that the Fast and Furious crew lost around $1 million for each day of shooting they lost. On the discussion were, among others, Hobbs & Shaw director David Leitch and Fast and Furious 8 director F. Gary Gray. In the end, the choice of the responsible parties fell on someone who had nothing to do with the franchise, namely Frenchman Louis Leterrier, who has directed films such as Now You See Me and The Transporter with great success. Provided that filming goes smoothly in all other aspects, it can be assumed that Fast and Furious 10 will be released in movie theaters on May 19, 2023. Are you looking forward to Fast X, or did you stop following the action franchise a long time ago? Feel free to share your expectations and opinions in the comments. See you next time.